I think the cat might be purring directly into the microphone, so if you can hear that, sorry! Okay, so I've got most of this outline done. I'm gonna have to screenshot this. There's spoilers now. So I used 2 different templates on Plottr to do this, and it took a lot of fiddling. This one, Romancing the Beat, down the bottom. If you've read that book, I'm sure you've realized I've cut half of it out. This ended up being a multi-book thing, so it's only half of this romance storyline anyway. So I just went for a while and then cut it. Ignore the chapter numbers. That's a limitation with Plottr. At least for me and the way I like to organize crap visually. We'll see. We'll see how many. It's not gonna be 8 chapters. But yeah, I don't know what else is to say here because this is all gonna be spoilers. I've got the bare bones down, and then I gotta add in tiny scenes. Like, I have A to Z, and I've got most of the other letters in there. I just need to fill in some more. So yeah, that's like 90% of the work done. I just gotta like finish it up next week. What I'm curious to find out is how this is gonna look like in Scrivener. Maybe I should do that right now. Let's check that out right now. Book 1. That was a one-click thing. Just immediately a Scrivener file. Okay, so it's an older Scrivener. That makes sense. It exports in the old Scrivener format. Oh no, I wish I could show this. Okay, here's the deal. It gets all the text, but it doesn't seem to be exporting the images, which is a little annoying, but not a deal breaker. Another good thing it did is that all the scene notes, it exports into the synopsis section, not into the actual document section. So that's not gonna mess up my word count. What I don't like, and I was kind of hoping it wouldn't do this. See how chapter 1 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scenes under it, like scene cards? I was hoping it would export all of that into like one chapter 1 file, but no, each box is another document, like another scene card, which is a little bad for me, because in the blue for the main plot I put whatever happens just like in general in the scene, and then in the red and the orange I put the details that pertained only to that thing. So it's all the same scene, but when I export it, it's split up into 5 scenes. No, there's no export option to change that. So I guess if you use Plottr to keep track of multiple storylines within the same scene, it's gonna think you're doing separate scenes for each storyline. So that could be something to consider. I guess when I export this for real, I'll just export the main plot timeline, because you can choose which ones to export. So I'll just do that and then copy the notes from the other ones into the notes section. Lighting change, I actually turned the lights on. Okay, so anyway, yeah, basically all I have to do is finish adding scenes in. I got ideas for scenes, I just need to like fill things in. It's mostly filler scenes. Fill those in, and that's it. I'm ready for Nano. Famous last words maybe, but technically I'm ready for Nano. I think I'm gonna start messing around with Artbreeder, you know, make faces so I could, you know, actually do descriptions as I'm writing my first round, which I don't usually do. But, you know, all words count. So in real life news, I finished a book. Oh my god, me and my friends, we read it together and we were like dying. We're dying. And we're extra dying because the next book isn't coming out until June next year. The Gilded Cage by Lynette Noni, or Nani, whoever you pronounce her name. I don't know how you pronounce her name. It's probably Noni. But it was surprising. Like the first book I gave it 3 stars, and I was kind of like, I could live without reading the second book. And my friend was like, we gotta read this book. And I was like, okay. And I started reading The Gilded Cage, the second book. And I was like, it's kind of fanficky. And then all of a sudden, bam, I was into it. 4-star book, loved it. Now now we must wait. The waiting game begins. And in other news, I also started watching Squid Game. I was trying to put it off. I was like, we've seen this before. You know, there is an anime that's like this exact same story that from years ago. And there's like several animes that are just like this. And then there's a Japanese show, live action, that was just like it too. So I was like, not too excited about watching it, because I was like, been there, done that. It's actually kind of good though. I started watching it, it's pretty good. It's brutal, oh my god. It's got a lot of scenes where they're just like killing people. And I don't mean like, you know, normal killing people as in like, you know, drama, the music's going, you know, heroic stuff or tragedy. It's just very matter of fact, silent room gunshots. You know, it's definitely brutal. Making a statement. It's definitely making a statement. I've seen some internet people making some very hot takes about this. Even I'm only like, what episode am I on? I'm on like episode 3. I'm on 2 or 3. And even I could tell on episode 2 or 3 that like they missed the mark. Are you serious? Although this one dude, I kind of expected that he missed the mark because of who he is. Yeah, I guess I'll be watching more Squid Game. The problem with Korean shows is that I forget that I can't speak Korean, and I look away from the screen and all of a sudden I realize I have no idea what anyone's saying. It only happens with Korean shows. And I think it's because there's like a lot of Korean words that sound Japanese. And honestly, I'm not sure if that's like because like language relations, which has been theorized, not proven, or because, you know, history, sketchy, language destroying history. But there's like just enough Japanese sounding words in Korean that I forget. Like I forget, like my brain does a weird thing. Like I'm understanding what they're saying because I'm reading the subtitles, and then my brain just like, oh, I recognize that word, I recognize that word, I recognize that word, and I feel like I can look away. So I find myself rewinding Korean shows a lot. I'm like, oh crap, I missed that. I missed that. Do I have anything else to report this week? I don't think so. I think that's pretty much all that happened this week. But yeah, it was action packed, man. I got I forgot to mention this in the plot outline section of this video, but I just had like a fever nightmare just doing that in like one sitting, and I had the JoJo Mario song playing in the background on repeat, just over and over and over and over again. Like that's what this book was plotted to, JoJo Mario. If you don't know why I'm laughing about listening to that song over and over and over again while I'm thinking, I will link that down below and you can listen to it and just... It's not a song that you would think you'd be able to think listening to, but listen to that and just like you can get a glimpse, just a slight glimpse into the inner workings of my mind. Sometimes I need complete silence, other times I need the most garish crap music-wise you will ever hear. I hesitate to even call it music. I've been calling it a song, but it's not really. Anyway, I will see you next week with a non-Preptober video. I am done with Preptober. I'm gonna have to actually put thought into this next video instead of just talking to the camera. So that'll be fun, actually. Haven't done that in a while. So I'll see you next week for that. Happy Preptober, rest of your Preptober, and like, comment, subscribe, all that crap. See you next week.